Today, I'm pulling back the curtain to show you the real process realtors use to price your home. The truth is, pricing a home correctly is the single most important part of selling. Pick the wrong comps and you leave money on the table. Pick the right price and you create demand, sometimes multiple offers. If you ever wondered how your home's list price is really determined, today I'm breaking it down step by step. I'm going to show you exactly how we pull the comps, what we look for, and how we land at the right price in today's market. Not guesses, not online estimates, the real numbers. So let's get over to the MLS. Okay, we're here on the MLS. This is how we search for properties. This is where I would send you properties. We can search for pretty much whatever we need. This is where we send you guys properties. It's connected directly to the MLS. All the properties are live. You don't have any properties that don't exist or you can't find. So first thing we need to do is filter it down. Let's say you're active single family in Fullerton. And here we can see everything that's on the market in Fullerton. So let's assume your house is in Fullerton. Let's say it's in this neighborhood right here. So what we want to do is get everything inside this neighborhood. Let's say you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath place in this neighborhood. You want to know how much it's worth, or you're thinking of selling it in 6 months. How much is it worth today? So we are going to find it. So first thing we do, let's find your neighborhood, and we want to stay within the borders of the most major streets, because on this side of the street, this is a trailer park, for example. They're different. These are different houses, and these are different houses. So we want to stay within the same neighborhood community to find your comps. So these are all the active properties in that neighborhood. These show you what the sellers are hoping to get for their price. This would be your competition. Okay. Next, we want to look at properties that are under contract or pending. Now, the reason we want to do this is this is kind of the pulse of the market. This tells you what's happening like right now. Sometimes we can use these comps, but sometimes they fall out. So, but this is going to give you the pulse of what's happening right now. Oh. Now, these pending sales show us where the buyers are writing offers today. So we can see right around how much these offers are going for. Okay. Next, we want to look at our, not what's under contract, but we got to see what's closed in the area. So let's just go back 6 months. I'd say, let's just go back to May. Let's go back to May. May, we'll go from May to November. I don't know. And let's see what kind of results that brings up in that neighborhood. Come on. So we have 14 properties that are brought up in that neighborhood. So here's everything that's showed up in that neighborhood for the comps we're looking for. These are the closed sales. This is the true value range that we're looking for. This is where we spend all our time. This is where we find what we're actually looking for. Here we see all the homes that are actually sold. This is where we spend most of our time. This is how we find our numbers. So we're going to find our comps from these properties. So how do we do that? Well, let's look over here. So now that we have seen active properties, we have seen pending and under contract properties, and we looked at the closed properties. Let's put it all together. We put all of the properties together. We can start to do the rest of the process. For example, criteria, pending, active. So let's get all of these together. So we have 25 properties. These are active properties, under contract, pending, and sold. So we're looking for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Under the sold properties, here's a 3-bedroom. Here's a 4-bedroom. We don't need a 4-bedroom because we're looking for comps for a 3-bedroom. In that neighborhood, there's another 4-bedroom that sold, so we're going to get rid of that. Here's a 5-bedroom. Here's a 7-bedroom. So what we're going to do is get rid of those properties. Okay, now we're down 21 properties, and we can let the magic happen from here and see what the comps are. So we will, yes, sir, here we go. All right. So if you want to know what was going on in your market around your property, this is all the research we need to, not all, this is some of the research we do. So if you're looking to sell your house, we probably put expireds in there just to see what's happening. So let's get down to brass tacks of how we do this. Get back. When we're looking at the comps, we got rid of all the comps that didn't matter. There's a couple comps in here that are right here. 1200, 1200, 1100, 1800, 1200, 1700, 1600, 1800. Maybe a little high. I mean, normally we only go 3 months. We went back 6 months. So we're going to use these for our comps. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, here's everything here. Make it bigger for you. Okay, green are all the active properties. The red are all the closed properties in the neighborhood. The orange are the pending, and the blue are under contract. So these are all the properties that this is everything that's happened in the last 6 months in your territory or in that neighborhood. This is the CMA report. We have a total of 19 properties that have action in that this year. These are the active listings right now in the area. These are the recently properties that have gone under contract, and these are the recent pending ones that have just gone under contract. But to find the value of the home and the list price of this home that we're looking for in this neighborhood, we're looking at the closed properties here, and we have a winner. Okay, so here's all the action right here. So first of all, the median price is 18 days. This is how many days it takes for the property to go under contract. So you're looking at about 18 days for this property, and you're looking at a price of about 908. Could it be higher? Yep, depending on the property, depending on what you want to do. It's a great property. Could be higher. Could it be lower? Yep, depending on the property, depending on what you want to do. Here's the list that I look at. Um, these are active properties under contract, pending, and sold. So under our sold properties, these are all of our comps: 3 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. We have a 16 and an 18. This is the square footage of the lot, and these are the days on the market. If we were to look at, let's just say, so if I were just to take out the comp properties that we were to look at that gave us a price of 908, and if we want to take a look and see why did this one sell for in 4 days? Well, if you look at it, it's a pretty well presented package. It has professional pictures, well lit, nice staging. Versus if we, let's say, if we go back and look at, let's say, we might want to look at this and say, why did this one take 58 days to sell? So we go look at it, and right away we see there's one picture. So it doesn't really, not going to really attract anybody online with one picture. So if there's only one picture, you're pretty sure there's probably no TikTok, there's no YouTube, there's no, probably missing a lot of marketing. So, but in this market, great price still sells, just takes longer. So there you have it. Every house tells a different story. The upgrades, the layout, the lot, the condition, all of it. Process I use to find the comps for your property. And those comps also could be used for the appraiser during the escrow. Pricing a home isn't magic, and it's definitely not a Zestimate. It's data, strategy, and actually knowing the market. If you want real numbers for your home, call or text me, and I'll run the same comp analysis for your property and show you exactly where you stand in today's market.